And we are live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another live Q&A here on the Film Stock channel. It is August 14th. It's a Wednesday evening where I am, 6:01 p.m. Eastern, and hope all you guys are doing well. I appreciate you for joining, whether that's if you're in here right now live or on the replay. Truly, thank you guys for being here. I love doing these streams. They're always some of my favorite types of content to do on the channel. And we usually just hang out. It's a very chill vibe. So if you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome. I'll go for however long, hour and a half. No problem. Anyone get that quote? Please tell me you did. But yeah, drop your questions in the chat. Of course, hit that like button if you're in here. That helps out immensely. And super chat is the way to go to guarantee I get directly to your question, comment, or concern. I see we already have one in the chat, so that'll be the first one to kickstart the stream, the first question. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got. We got a lot to discuss. Let's talk questions. D23. I saw Alien Romulus. I got a review of that out. What else? Just anything, movies, food, theme parks, you name it. Any question you got, fire it off in the chat. I will do my best to get to as many as I can. But again, I won't be able to get to every question, so I will do my best. But yeah, I see we already have a super chat, so let's start with that. Let's do this thing. This is from John. Thank you, John. Do you think if Joseph Quinn was not cast in Stranger Things, he would still get all the roles he's getting, like Fantastic Four, Gladiator II, and A Quiet Place? It's hard to know, right? It's hard to know for sure, but I'll say this much. If he was never cast in Stranger Things, the world at a global, like huge scale would never have seen how talented he was. And that might not have opened the doors for him to get auditions for the films that he obviously landed. I would say we'll never know for sure. He's a very talented actor, but Stranger Things, the success of the show, as well as his outstanding performance as Eddie, definitely was the catalyst for him getting those roles, probably, right? We don't know how it all went down behind the scenes. But I would say, yeah, Stranger Things definitely helped. It definitely helped, and I'm so happy for him. He is awesome. I know there's a section of people who hate Eddie because people like Eddie. It's a weird thing in society now where if something is universally liked or loved, people just have to hate it with no real reason. And that, unfortunately, is the case with Eddie. And so in a world where people can't separate actor from character for some weird reason, people take out their hate for Eddie having fans on Joseph Quinn. It doesn't make any sense at all. I wish nothing but the best for him. I think he's going to crush it as Johnny Storm. But no, if he wasn't cast in Stranger Things, I'd say odds are against him landing those other roles. He wasn't, I mean, prior to Stranger Things, he was in one or two episodes of Game of Thrones, like a really random supporting character, and he didn't do much else. So I would say no. If he wasn't in Stranger Things, he probably wouldn't have got this. But you got to take advantage of the moment, and he did that. He did that very well, I'd say. Movie guy in the chat with the super chat. Thank you so much. Keep watching Bird Endgame, Stranger Things 4, Social Network. Damn. Starting with a heavy hitter out the gate. I'm keeping Stranger Things 4 because you guys know I love that show, and it's a whole season of TV, and so I can go to that, and get more out of it than I can of the other two. I would probably, you know what? Usually I would say I would play it safe here. I would go, I gotta watch Endgame to see how it ends. What if I'm in a mood today? What if I watch The Social Network and then I just don't ever watch Endgame? I burn it. And then we end the MCU with Infinity War. How dark would that be? I'm gonna say that one just for giggles. And then Gibson with the super chat. Appreciate it, Gibson. What did I think of the Kraven trailer? I haven't watched it. I'm probably not going to watch it. I don't care about that movie. I saw a tweet that was like, they did reshoots or something. That's why it was delayed. They did reshoots to like focus on the characters. BS. I don't think that movie's going to be worth a damn. And I'm not going to watch the trailer probably. I will end up seeing it before I see a movie probably. Like I wouldn't be surprised if that plays before who knows what. The next movie I go see, it'll probably play at some point, right? So I'll see it. I'm just not going out of my way to watch it. But no, I have not seen it. I've seen one shot of it, of Rhino. I don't know. Don't know how I feel. That's how I feel. And shout out to C Movies 12 for becoming a member. I launched this yesterday. You guys can become a member of the Film Stock channel. And basically, it's like another home for my Patreon content with exclusive badges. So I can see if you guys are in the chat. You get to use these cool emojis. Some cool little stuff like that. But it's just like another place for Patreon in addition to it. And you guys, it's directly on YouTube, so you don't have to change platforms. But anyway, how's everybody doing? We got 84 people in here. Hit the like button. Helps out quite a bit. And fire off your questions. We'll get to as many as I can. It's Annie. Hello there. Connor in the house. How's everybody doing? Jacob says, hey, Chris, big fan of your live streams and Stranger Things content. Well, thank you. Thank you. Probably see me pop up every now and then asking fan questions about movies and TV shows. That is correct. I recognize the name. Advice for YouTube beginners. I would say my advice for anyone starting a YouTube channel, a very quick advice would be, whether that's in the movie space or not, is it's so like I before I started a channel, I always would hear people give advice, and in the back of your head, you're kind of like, that's kind of generic, right? But once you start it and you realize that advice that sounds generic is just true and it stood the test of time for a lot of people, then it's probably, someone's probably doing something right. I would say genuinely the biggest piece of advice I give is be authentic to yourself, because people can see right through, fakeness. People can see right through when someone is not lying, but putting on a show, I guess, would be the way to do it. And authenticity always wins. And so I think that be true to yourself, and especially in the movie space, it can be hard to do this at first. You have to be honest in your reviews. If a movie comes out that 10 people, tons of people, everyone loves it, but you genuinely don't, and you have reasons why, express that, and the honesty will shine through, because you got to be honest with yourself and with those watching. And so it can be very hard to do. And it can take time to learn to have the confidence to do that, the courage at times, even if you feel like you're on an island with a movie. But I would say genuinely just be yourself, and you will get better at it. Talking on camera can be very strange at first. Go watch some of my early videos. And the crazy thing is, like, I feel like I get better at it every year. Even last year, there's some videos where I'm like, I don't think I was fully comfortable filming that, but you just get more comfortable on camera over time. It's practice. It takes repetition, and not every video is going to be every video you can improve on when you start up. So that'd be my advice, is just start. And it's very generic, but it's true. You just got to take the leap of faith. You got to do it. So that's my advice. Hey, Chris, can you please rank the Alien movies? Not in this stream, because I'm doing that in video form later this week. Stay tuned. I've seen all of them, including AVP. If you want my reviews of them, Letterboxd, that's the place to be. But you guys might be able to piece together my ranking if you go follow me on Letterboxd. You can maybe predict how it could play out. But I got a lot to say. Stay tuned for that video. That person. I don't know why I read that as fat. Maybe I'm illiterate. I don't know what just happened. That person says, which Pixar standalone deserves a sequel? What would be the plot? I would have said Inside Out 2 for a while. We already got that sequel. What would be the plot? And that's where it gets tough, because I would say maybe Ratatouille, but it's such a perfect ending, I wouldn't want to taint that. What would be the plot of Ratatouille 2? That's the question. That's a question. Potentially the plot of Ratatouille 2, and this is going to suck, but I'm going to try my best here. Ratatouille 2, we've got a rat critic who rises up. I have no clue where I'm going with this. That's my pitch. Rat critic. We've got Remy the Ratatouille, the rat of all my dreams. We've got him doing his thing. But there's either a rival rat restaurant, this sounds absurd, or a rat critic. And that's the catalyst for the movie. I would watch it. I don't care. I would watch it. Dinner with a super chat. Thank you for that. What is your opinion on that Stranger Things season 5 is the last? I think that's a good spot to end it. I never want a show that I love to go over, to overdo it. We've seen it happen too many times. It's never a good thing when you love a show and then it gets to a certain point where man, remember those days, the glory days of this show? You never want a show you love to get to that point. And if Stranger Things kept going, it would probably get like that. Any show that keeps on going is going to get like that at some point. So it's best to, end on your terms. And that's what Stranger Things is doing. So hell yes to it being the last season. I think they're going to stick the landing. They put so much time and effort into making sure they get it right that I'm not concerned. I'm nervous, anxious in a good way, but I'm also they know what they're doing here. The Duffer Brothers care a lot, and so they're going to deliver. Movie Guy says, how do I become a member? On my homepage of the channel, there should be a button that says join, and that's how you go about joining and becoming a member. What's the worst film of 2024, Ryan asks. Borderlands or Madam Web? I'm going to say that I've seen between the two. I have to say Borderlands, because at least I stayed awake from Madam Web. I didn't like doze off. And at least Madam Web, it has the quality where it's like so atrocious. There's like the memeability to it. It's so bad that you can actually poke fun at it and have a little bit of fun with it. Borderlands, on the other hand, actually trying to be a serious movie, it kind of takes it down a notch. So Borderlands, stinker. Worst movie I've seen this year. That to me is the worst movie of the year. I've heard there's two movies that I've heard are even worse. This SpongeBob movie, saving Bikini Bottom. I don't know. I haven't seen it. And then the Megamind sequel, which I will never watch. I haven't seen Megamind 1. Sorry to say that, but yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that, Ryan, to answer your question. Main Gamer says, hey, Chris, was wondering your thoughts on the other Alien movies. Started watching them for the first time recently. Alien was good, but I thought Aliens was better. Last night I started Alien 3. Yeah, so again, Letterboxd is the place to find out my thoughts on those right now. Full ranking coming later this week. I would normally rank these, but I do want to like save some of the surprise for that video. But I really will say the first two are king. The first two are king. That's my thoughts. There's some real stinkers in there too. That's what I'll say. There's some genuine stinkers. All right. Yeah, got my Alien Romulus review out earlier. Got a live stream. Filmed a new episode of the podcast today. It's been a good day. Notorious Nate says, hey, Chris, love the videos. Well, thank you. Thank you. Have you seen Severance or Silo? I feel that the Apple TV originals are extremely underrated. I've seen neither. I've heard great things about both. The guy who cuts my hair, actually, he highly spoke of Silo, and my parents watched Silo. Is that the one with Rebecca Ferguson? I've heard really good things about that. Severance, on the other hand, I know season 1 was like 2022 or 21, and we're not getting a new season until next year, but I've heard damn good things about that as well. I would love to watch both of these shows. My thing is, I have commitment issues with shows because when I start a show, it's like I'm in for the long haul. I'm on a show right now. I'm on the 8th season. I've talked about it in recent live streams. One Tree Hill. I'm on season 8 of One Tree Hill. 15, season 8, episode 15. And I think there's one more season 9. There's 13 episodes there. And then I have probably 8 to 7 remaining this season. So I'm getting to the finish line of One Tree Hill, and then I'll like be on the market for shows. And there's like 40. I'm not even kidding. I can pull up my notes. There's probably 40 to 50 shows that I need to watch. And so it's like, where do I go from there? That the decision, the weight of having to make that decision stresses me out. What's up, everybody? Again, if you're just now joining, or if you are in the replay, hello there. And let's see. Figment Pie says, where are my fellow members at? Look at that. The members rise up. Feel free to consider joining the Film Stock membership community today. I love the username. Hello. How many Alien movies have you seen? I've seen them all now, Adam. If you asked me this question 2 weeks ago, I would say I've seen 3. I've seen all 9 now. Yes, check out my review of Alien Romulus. Comes out Friday. The movie comes out Friday. Star Court Food Court, ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause. Best mod in the game. The man, the myth, the legend. Hello. How's everybody doing? Welcome. Shout out Gracie. There you go. What is your opinion on the Duffer Brothers deciding? Oh, I already answered this. Do I think the time jump in Barry felt rushed and ruined season 4? It was definitely a choice. I was kind of opposed to it at first, but then seeing where they landed with the finale, I understood it. It maybe you could argue it felt rushed, but by the end, I was on board with it. It didn't ruin it to me. I liked the finale of that show a lot. Anthony Collins says, hi, Chris. Hello there. Thoughts on Daredevil? We talked about this in the podcast. The Daredevil Born Again teaser that leaked was super cool. I didn't even watch the full thing. I only saw parts of it. Cam, my girlfriend, watched the whole thing. But regarding Daredevil Born Again, I mean, bring it on. It's basically Daredevil season 4 at this point, right? I mean, that's what it is. The thoughts on the show, if you're asking like my thoughts on the Netflix show, damn good. It's probably one of the best superhero shows out there. I'm more of a Punisher guy myself, but I have to acknowledge that Daredevil series rules. It rules. It's awesome. I can't wait for Born Again. Stranger Things is best. Says, hi, who will you be seeing at the Stranger Con? For those of you out there wondering, I have made moves. Last time we spoke on my live, we were discussing what autographs or photo ops that I get for the Upside Down Con. And first of all, if you're like, what the hell are you talking about right now? There's a Stranger Things convention coming to Jackson, Georgia, which is in the real life downtown Hawkins. And that is taking place October 19th and 20th. Ladies and gentlemen, we are almost in the 2-month countdown. I can't wait. I just looked over at my Stranger Things section. I love that section of my room. Anyway, I have made some purchases recently. Originally, I only had Joe Keery and Millie Brown photo ops and autographs. Now, I am meeting Caleb McLaughlin, Charlie Heaton, Natalia Dyer, Jamie Campbell Bower. Those are the ones I've got right now. So that's for characters. Vecna / Henry Creel autograph. Lucas autograph. Jonathan, Nancy autograph. That's pretty. I'm super pumped about it. I'm pumped about it. I'm going all out. They're still going to announce more, I think, more actors. So it's like I got to wait a little. My delusions are like maybe David Harbour gets announced. And if that's the case, I'm going all out for that, man. I don't know what I would do if David Harbour got announced. And then I really hope Maya Hawke gets announced too, because I will be going all out for her as well. So, I mean, it's like decision time, you know, it's 2 months away, but I do believe they're going to announce at least one more, maybe two. I think they said by the end of August, they want to have everyone out. At least when I had Alexis, the co-owner of Epic Cons, on my channel. You guys should go check that out. It was a great little interview. Yeah, she said by end of August, hopefully they'll have everything out. So that's kind of what we're working with right now, but I would love to get some more on there too. Rob's with a super chat. Thank you. Love the profile picture. Big Bang Theory. My girlfriend loves that show. Thoughts on the upcoming Harry Potter spinoff? Is this referring to the HBO show that is like a remake of the books? So they're doing the book story again, but in television form. If that's what this is referring to, sign me, not the opposite of sign me up. Don't sign me up. I was trying to think of something clever. No, there's nothing for that. Just don't sign me up. Don't put my name on the list. I don't care about this. I think the films, the 8 films that we got are a staple of our generation. And then, I mean, they're going to be the gold standard of Harry Potter and one of the premier movie franchises forever. Like, those movies are history. And so to take them and remake them in TV form, it feels a bit like a desperate play, in my opinion. And the real problem here, the real root of this issue, is that J.K. Rowling will refuse to give up the rights to Harry Potter. I've read about this. She owns Harry Potter. I heard from someone who I don't want to name a source here that I saw on Twitter, because they've had some awful takes and not everything they say is fully reliable, but take it with a grain of salt. I've read that Warner Bros. At one point in time wanted to go the direction of making Harry Potter sequels with Daniel Radcliffe, with what's his name? Rupert Grint. I think that's who plays Ron. And of course, oh my gosh, Emma Watson, correct? Yeah. I don't know why I just had a brain fart there. With the trilogy, like a continuation, right, of them being older, like a trilogy or something. And Warner Bros. Wanted to do that after Fantastic Beasts, but J.K. Rowling said no, she owns the rights to Harry Potter. And so they were like, screw it, we have to do something because of how marketable, how important of an IP Harry Potter is, the Wizarding World is. They have to do something with it. And so they ended up settling on the remake of the books in TV form, which is kind of lame, honestly. And I don't care about that, but it is what it is. So that's how I feel. I think it's dumb. I think it's a bad choice. And I think it's probably not going to be well received because everyone knows Harry Potter as those 8 movies. Excuse me. And so, I don't know. It's going to ruffle feathers. Another super chat. Any video games you enjoy playing? Right now, I've been playing EA College Football 25 often. I played it today, actually. And I had like some time to kill, and while my video was like posting, and I played a game. I love that game. I'm having a blast with it. I am running a dynasty. I was with Virginia Tech. I won the national championship my second year. I then transferred to Louisiana Tech, a downgrade after simming 2 seasons because I messed up my job offer thing. Long story you guys probably don't care about, but I'm having a lot of fun. It's a blast. And if you guys are college football fans, give it a play. Give it a play. Season's almost here. We're literally 2 weeks away pretty much from my team playing. We're about a week away almost from the actual season starting. Do you think Max will wake up early or stay stuck but alive for most of the season? I think a good chunk of the season she's going to be in a coma, and she's probably going to be Vecna is going to be in like using Max as some sort of vessel. I think she won't fully wake up and be herself until the back half of the season, if I had to guess. Did I find an Alien shirt? Not yet. I'm waiting for the perfect one. Like, this is my favorite. Like, this Back to the Future shirt is my jam. I got it from this guy on Etsy. And so I'm waiting for like an Alien shirt that I love to pull the trigger on. Let's see. Thoughts on the Snow White remake trailer? I actually dug it. You know, I have a reaction on my channel, but I thought, you know, regarding the Disney live action remakes, I thought this one it did its job as a teaser. We got to hear Rachel Zegler's beautiful voice. I mean, she crushes it in West Side Story and Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, that is. And I thought, you know, it nailed what it was supposed to. I am in, and it seems like it has like the charm of a classic sort of Disney flick. And so I'm in. I know there's a lot of controversy around the movie, but I'm in. I like the teaser. Honestly, I like the teaser. Do you think we'll ever get a Moon Knight season 2? No, I don't. I don't think any of the shows from like that era are going to get sequels or second seasons. That I'm referring to like Ms. Marvel, She-Hulk, Moon Knight, Secret Invasion. I don't. Falcon and Winter Soldier, obviously not, because getting, you know, Sam's getting his own movie. But I mean, I would say no. I don't think we see Moon Knight ever again. And I people called me crazy when I said that. I don't think we see Oscar Isaac as Moon Knight ever again. Regarding Eternals, yeah, I saw that they scrapped the sequel. Kind of a bummer, like, because for so long the MCU, like the coolest thing to say about the MCU was everything they've done has this interconnectivity and like nothing went to waste. And now it's like there's a low point where some of the TV shows I just listed in like movie like Eternals, it exists, but it's like sort of a stain on the legacy of the cinematic universe where they're not continuing it. The interconnectivity falls off a bit, which is just a bummer for someone who, like me, who loved that about the first 3 phases. But it is what it is. You know, it's a business decision at the end of the day. I get it, but it's like, damn, I wish they could have maybe made a sequel and just improved on it. But it's kind of a bummer, honestly, because a lot of the characters in Eternals were highlights. Kyogen as Druig, Kumail Nanjiani as Kingo. There we go. I knew I had that somewhere in the reserves. Yeah, even Fastos, played by Brian Tyree Henry. I mean, they're very good cast in that film. It didn't land. It got screwed at the time of its release. A lot just worked against that movie, unfortunately. Tiago with a super chat. Thank you so much. I salute you. Hey, Chris, who's your pick for a sitcom couple that you feel confident stayed together after their show ended? And just to be clear, I mean characters stayed together. I see what you're saying. So, like, the show ended, and at the end of the show, there's a couple who's together, and then in our minds, we make up a scenario for them after the show ends, right? I think there's a very easy, obvious pick. I have never seen every episode of Friends, but I can confidently say that why am I blanking here? Ross and come on, what's her name? You got Monica. That's not Monica. It's Jennifer Aniston. I'm not. This isn't exposing me. I told you guys I'm not a huge Friends person, but I've seen the finale. Ross and this is gonna kill me. I'm not even gonna look at the chat until I get this. Ross and I have to get Cam in here. This is gonna kill me, and I'm not looking it up. I'm literally not looking at the chat. I have to text Cam. Come here real quick. What's her name? I'm gonna think of it when she walks in. Phoebe, Monica, Chandler, Joey, Ross. It's not. What is her name? This is what? That's my answer, but I can't think of her damn name. Hey, Cam. She's in the other room right now. This is gonna drive me up a tree. We're literally like putting the chat on hold until she comes here. I'm calling her. Calling her on the air. She's in the other room right now. This is gonna kill me. This is sad, frankly. It's not Monica. That's the other person. It's not Phoebe. Oh, she's coming. Cam.
Yeah.
So I'm currently, don't say who this is. I'm currently having a brain fart right now. Question is, hey, Chris, your pick for a sitcom couple that you feel confident stayed together after their show ended. Just to be clear, I mean the characters stayed together. And I go, oh, this is easy. It's Friends. It's Ross and then Jennifer Aniston. And I can't think of her name, which is embarrassing. Rachel. There it is.
And it's also a bad pick.
But I never would have got it. Rachel, that's her name.
Really?
I literally could not think of it. Rachel. Wow. Sorry to waste our time, but wow.
The correct answer to that question, if we're talking about Friends, would be Chandler and Monica, because Ross and Rachel are not even together.
Prefaced it by saying I'm not a Friends guy, though. So
second of all,
they spent the whole
Marshall and Lily.
That's true, but we've seen their life continue in the final season. But still, that's the only one I could think of because the finale revolved around them being together. Finally. So if they were to break up, it would be kind of disappointing. That was my justification of it.
That's fair.
But yeah, that was that. That was just a waste of everyone's time. I just was like, oh, and you were like Rachel. I don't know why I couldn't think of it. How long were you
thinking about that for?
Probably a few minutes.
Wow.
I would not have gotten it. I had a complete lapse. I don't know what happened.
So can you name the other ones?
Yeah, I named all the other ones. I just couldn't name her.
You got Phoebe and not Rachel?
Yes.
That's fucked up.
I don't know why.
Rachel's the best one.
Yeah.
Besides Chandler.
Yeah. But anyway, thank you.
Hi, everybody.
I don't play Fortnite, so I probably won't do this, honestly. Do I think that Angela will be in season 5? I don't. I don't think Angela is ever returning to our screen. I hope we never see her again, frankly. I saw Deadpool and Wolverine a couple weeks ago. It's in my top 5 favorite MCU rank. Hell yeah, it's my 8th. I think it was last time I ranked the MCU, it was my 8th favorite. And it's still my top 10. I saw round 3 last night. Full theater, mind you. Full theater. It was a Tuesday night. People showed up for Deadpool and Wolverine, and I'm rooting for that. I love to see that. What's my least favorite movie from the year? Borderlands. Talked about this earlier. Well, thank you for stopping in real quick, regardless. Am I going to watch Blink twice? I hope to, but I'm not going to fully commit to that, honestly. Hello, love the podcast and YouTube channel. Well, thank you. What's your favorite and least favorite party member? I would say if you're obviously referring to Stranger Things here, my favorite is Dustin. Least favorite, probably Will, honestly. Yeah. I would have said Mike for a while, honestly. I would have said Mike, but I on the recent rewatch, I was like, I actually kind of weirdly, and if you'd asked me for years, I was like a Mike's sort of anti-Mike. I just didn't like Mike. Like Will. I know that's crazy, but I don't know. I think Will probably might be my least favorite now. Weird, but it happens. Okay, let's see. Snow White looks awesome. Well, I'm glad you're excited. Jake in the house. Round of applause for Jake Apgar, ladies and gentlemen. Go subscribe to this man if you haven't. He's doing some really cool stuff right now over on his channel. He's got a vision, that director's vision. So go check him out for real. He says, yo, dude, I have a trailer for my next film coming out very soon. I'll send it your way when I post it. The film is a high school film. That'll be around 1.5 hours. I think it's really special. I believe it, man. Keep crushing it. Keep grinding. I think about that. What's it called? Is it called Chamber of Reflection? Is that the song? Mac DeMarco. I know you did the music video for that. I honestly, whenever I listen to that song now, I'm like, I remember that video. I think of it. It was really good stuff, dude. So keep crushing it, man. And everyone in here, there's 100 of you, at least one of you, if not all of you, go subscribe to Jake. Check out his work. He's doing really cool stuff over there. Cobra Kai Farm says, have you seen Prison Break? Thoughts on the show? I have not seen Prison Break, but I heard the first season is incredible TV and super bingeable. And then I heard it fell off. And if I hear that with a show now where I'm at in life, I'm just not going to commit to a show that's going to fall off, that I know is going to fall off. The only one I'm considering doing that with is Dexter, because I've heard that it's like worth it still. But even then, it's kind of frustrating. Why? Like, damn, do I commit to this show that I know is going to be good, but it's going to drop the ball? The consensus, at least, is that it drops the ball. It's a big commitment. Are you excited for The Incredibles 3? Yes. Very excited for this movie. This is a long overdue announcement. They should have announced this in 2018 after the success of Incredibles 2. We should have immediately got that sequel. Give us this trilogy, please. Please. Let's see. Rylan in the house. Shout out Rylan, longtime supporter. We're talking 2020. Longtime supporter of the channel here. My question is, how do you feel Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning has held up about a year later? So I've seen it twice. I saw it twice, I want to say. Have I maybe seen it a third time or like a second and a half time? You know what I'm talking about? I don't log if I watch a movie half-assed, like in the background, usually I won't log it. And if someone's watching it and I'm in the room, this might be I think this was the case with Dead Reckoning. A year later, I still think it's a very well-made Mission Impossible movie, but I don't think it holds a candle to 4, 5, or 6. So I think it's the weakest of the last 4, but it's still better than 1, 2, and 3. I want to say. I you know, the one thing that I don't care for is the Gabriel sort of AI plot. It was a bit ridiculous, and it feels like to me maybe the least based in reality out of all the Mission Impossible movies. That being said, the final 45 minutes rule, specifically like the train scene, the jump, the scene in like the middle of the movie with Ethan just like sprinting through like foggy tunnels and under bridges while Ilsa is fighting Gabriel. Like that is so awesome. And the score, it's booming. It's still a very good action movie and one of my favorites. I think it was in my top 10 last year. I think. I don't hold me to that, but I still think it holds up as a very well-made action film. But it doesn't have as much juice as the past 3 did. Mike in the house, shout out Mike. Everyone go check out Mike's channel. What movie are you most excited for the rest of the year? I'd say Gladiator 2. Am I going to watch Mufasa the Lion King? Yes, but yes, frankly, because like I feel like I'm not excited for the movie, but with big movies like that, it's like I got to go see it. Come on, I got to go see it. I'm not excited though. I have no good feelings about it, but I got to go see it. I'm also, same thing applies to Kraven the Hunter. Angels in the house, what's up? What's up? Hello, Owen. How you doing? What upcoming 2025 movies and shows are you most excited about? Shows Stranger Things and Cobra Kai Season 6, Part 3, and The Last of Us, and Andor. It's going to be a big year for shows next year. A big year for shows. Percy Jackson Season 2 included. For movies next year, Fantastic Four, and the new PTA movie, Paul Thomas Anderson, directed by, starring Leo. Ready for that. Ready for that. Any hot takes about the upcoming season of Stranger Things or the rest of Cobra Kai? PS, keep up the hard work. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Look, I actually would say my hot take for theories and opinions wise. Real quick, I would say a hot take I have for season 5 of Stranger Things. I don't know. This is so hard on the spot to think of. I appreciate the question. I would say, and this is not something I even fully believe, but I could see a world where, like, I don't know. What if Stranger Things doesn't have a happy ending? But it's so well written that, like, it's satisfying. Like, what? Like, I think maybe a hot take I have is, like, I would not be mad about that. Like, I think I'd be, like, at peace with it, weirdly. I don't know. Maybe I'm just in a weird mood today. But, like, I think I'd be at peace with it. I would be able to sleep at night. Like say it had some dark ending, but it like worked for what they had established. I don't know. I'm kind of open to whatever. I'm really open to just trusting the Duffer Brothers this season. So that's not really an answer to the question, but I don't know. It's something I hadn't fully thought about. You know, it seems like, oh, they got to ride off in a sunset, but what if they don't? But it works. Damn. Profound. Let's see. I love doing these Q&As, so thank you for being here. And again, if you guys are in here, hit that like button. We got 87 people in here. Hit it. If you're on the replay, hit that like button. Helps out quite a bit. And Super Chat's the way to go to guarantee I get right to your question, comment, concern, and consider becoming a patron. Or if you can become a channel member, you get these cool little things. You just got to go check it out. See what I mean? Favorite Fox X-Men film from Mike. I would say Fox X-Men film. I honestly lean Days of Future Past. And when I'm asked this, I know it technically includes Deadpool 1 and 2 and like Logan, but I usually like to go for the ones with X-Men in the title. And for me, that's Days of Future Past. It blends the old generation of X-Men with new. You've got, you know, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, the Quicksilver scene. I mean, it's pretty impressive what they do, and it's chillingly good. I would say Days of Future Past, probably. Rewatched Prometheus for the first time in years. Movie has a lot to like. Honestly, there was potential in it being a 10 out of 10, but the big ideas aren't explored enough. Visuals are top notch. Yeah, it's a great looking film. Fassbender, God, is he an underrated actor today, man? Speaking of X-Men, Magneto. Fassbender's great in that film, and there's so much to love. I agree. I was just really frustrated with the lack of depth with a lot of the ideas presented that are supposed to shift our viewpoint on the lore and world of Aliens, and it just didn't go for it. Didn't fully land for me. And you know, I said this in my Letterboxd review. This is a tease for my Alien ranking. I have only seen Prometheus once. I've only seen Covenant once. To me, they scream movies that you got to watch again and have a deeper appreciation for, movies you got to just sit with and marinate on. There's a lot of movies like that, and that's okay. And I think those fall under that category for me, where like I revisit those in a year, I might like them even more. And then another year down the road, I like them even more. And that's how I feel like Prometheus and Covenant will end up being for me. It's just going to take time, and you got to play the waiting game with movies sometimes. We live in a world where you got to get your immediate reaction out, and sometimes that's not the most fleshed out opinion I have on something because I haven't really sat with it. And that's how I think that I'm going to feel about Prometheus and Covenant. It's just only time will tell. Only time will tell. James says, any news on Scream 7? I don't think so. I saw this account on Twitter. You know, we live in leak culture, so it doesn't really mean a damn thing. But it was like this account on Twitter was like, I heard that an actress from a popular horror franchise who got fired had meetings with this franchise about the studio about coming back, and it could be announced soon. And obviously they're talking about Melissa Barrera. I don't know. She plays Sam in Scream. I'd love to see her back, but I don't know. I feel like that bridge might be burned. We'll see. Would love to see her return though. What's my favorite dog movie? I don't know, honestly. I've never seen Marley and Me. I've never seen Old Yeller. Dog movie. I haven't seen Dog. Isn't that the movie with Channing Tatum? Let me think. I don't know if I've seen a dog movie. If I have, like if I've ever spoken about a dog movie, can someone like comment in the chat? You've seen this dog movie. I don't know. Up. I kind of cheated, but Up. Up is my favorite dog movie. Doesn't really count, but it's got a lot of dogs in it. Network 98 in the house. Hashtag The Craving. The Departed or The Town? Give me The Departed. Comfortably. I like The Town, but give me that comfortably. The Sandy SpongeBob movie is terrible. Oh, I bet. It looks awful. Megamind is a banger. So I've heard. Petition for Chris to watch Megamind. If this stream gets, I don't know. I'll set a mark. I'll make sure to watch Megamind, but we have to achieve something. Let me see. Let me go to YouTube on the app and see what we're rocking with right now. If this stream gets, let's see, it's currently only at 73 likes. If this stream gets to 100 likes, I will watch Megamind. On air. It has to get to 100 likes right now. It can't get to 100 likes on the replay. It has to get to 100 likes right now. I will watch Megamind in the next week. Or how about this? By the end of the month. I got a lot to watch though. So by the end of the month, I'll watch Megamind. And someone has to hold me to that. Thoughts on the Harry Potter franchise? I mean, like I said earlier, it's a premier movie franchise all time. It's truly historic stuff. What you ranked Oppenheimer? Where is it in my all-time ranking of movies? I don't know. I struggle with this. My all-time favorite movies. I turned 25 in the fall, in a few months, and I think I'm going to finally conquer the beast and do my top 25 favorite movies of all time. I've never done that video because it's so hard for me, but 25 years old, 25, quarter life, hopefully, right? Quarter way through my life. It's scary to think about. I will do that video. I'm going to try and hold myself to do a top 25 movies. Will Oppenheimer make the cut? We'll have to see. I'd say, I mean, it's top 100. I've seen a lot of movies I love, but it's top 100. I'd have to say. Dune Part 1 or Eternals? Dune Part 1, which a lot of you are probably like, whoa, Chris spoke positively about Dune. Yeah, Dune Part 1. I really like the world building of that first movie. Am I excited for Thunderbolts? Yes, I watched the leaked teaser for that and it was awesome. It used the song Where's My Mind from the end of Fight Club. Love that song. And I used to listen to that song, was it junior year? Junior year of high school. Like after school, I'd be like, yeah, I just watched Fight Club. I chose to do a project on Fight Club in my AP psychology class. They were like, you got to read the book. No. I watched Fight Club for the first time. I already knew the spoiler, big spoiler, but I was like, no, I'm watching the movie. And I still got it a high A on that thing. So I don't want to be that influence to you guys who are in school, but if anyone's like, you got to read the book, no, you don't. You can do better watching the movie. Same thing applies to No Country for Old Men. I watched the movie, AP Lit my senior year, A on the project, deep dive into that bad boy, never once opened the book. So it's very doable. You just got to know yourself. So I don't want to give you any bad information. Sorry if there's any parents in here and I'm spewing this, propaganda. This, you can just watch the movie, not read the book propaganda, but it's very doable. Yes, I'm excited for Thunderbolts. I'm most excited to see probably. I'm excited to see Bucky again, and Red Guardian and Yelena. Very excited to see those three. Have I heard of Ninjago? I have. Isn't there a Lego Ninjago movie? I've heard of that, of course. Just followed you on Letterboxd. Thank you. Everyone, go follow me on Letterboxd if you haven't already. Let's see. This stream got to 99 likes. We're 1 like away. It just hit it. So I will be watching Megamind by the end of the month. Someone hold me to it. I might have my buddy Jacob hold me to that, actually. But I'll watch it. I'll watch it. You'll have to follow me on Letterboxd to see what I think of it, though. Am I excited for Brave New World? Yes, I am. I think Brave New World is going to be a good movie. I watched the trailer. It was like a re-edited trailer on the big screen yesterday before round 3 of Deadpool. And I was like, you know what? This movie does look good. I was always in the camp of it looks solid, but I'm not making this up. They've done patches. Like, the visuals look better than when they first dropped the teaser. I'm not making that up. It looks better visually than when it first did. So we just gotta have faith. I love Winter Hill, Navy for life. I agree. Nathan Scott, the man you are. I haven't seen the Lego Batman movie. If this gets 200 likes, I'll watch that one by the end of the month. Yeah, I haven't seen the Lego Batman movie. Hunter Talks Movies, how you doing? Welcome in. Shoot. Hiram says, hey, Chris, how are you doing? Is there any team from the new AP ranking that you think should be higher or lower? Yes. Notre Dame should be way lower. Why is Notre Dame number 7? I couldn't tell you for money. They're in the top 10 almost every year, and they probably won't even be ranked by the end of the season. Maybe, maybe not. Who should be, that's a team who should be lower. A team that should be higher, let me pull it up. I literally have a picture of the AP poll saved in my phone because I'm trying to memorize it. Who should be higher? Probably, shoot. Honestly, for me, I would probably put Michigan a little higher. Even though they lost a lot of guys, the reigning natty champs, you gotta have some of that weight. Like, to me, it's all you gotta, like, they are the reigning natty champs. I would put them over Penn State. I'd put them over Notre Dame. I'd have Michigan at 7. So I'd put Michigan higher. I'd put Notre Dame tremendously lower. And then if I had to drop someone out of the rankings, why is Oklahoma ranked? Does anyone know? Brand. They should not be ranked. Anyway, what I want to see in the new Avengers roster, I would just love to see some sort of team camaraderie. There's like none right now. Just give me a team and I'll feel better. Just give me a team. That's all I'm asking for. Keep, Watch, Burn, Outer Banks, Stranger Things, Cobra Kai. A classic question from Josiah. You probably know my answer, guys. Keep, Stranger Things, watch Cobra Kai, burn Outer Banks. Hello, Maddie. Welcome in. Shoot, let's see. 3-hour stream, Jedi Connor says. Not tonight. I wish. I'm what am I doing tonight? Having dinner with my lovely lady friend Cam, and then I'm probably watching One Tree Hill. That's my night. So if you hear sirens, apologies. There's some sirens out there, but no, I will not be watching, or I won't be doing a 3-hour stream tonight. Christian says, keep, watch, burn, Indie, Jurassic, and Ghostbusters. Damn, that's a good one. And there's also a train way over the hill that for some reason echoes into here. So if you hear any of that stuff, I'm sorry. Okay. Keep, watch, burn, Indiana Jones, Jurassic, Ghostbusters. Keep Indy, because the first, second, and third movie I adore. Frankly, so 1 and 3, Raiders and Crusade are 5 out of 5s. Temple of Doom is like a 4. I'm a big softie for Crystal Skull. Like, I would go to war for Crystal Skull, and I would go to war for the Phantom Menace. I would. I honestly, I think out of all the movies in the world, like, my hottest take might be that I almost am at the point to say I love Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I don't like Dial, but I'm still going to keep that. And now this is hard. I have to compare these, like, Jurassic and Ghostbusters, not as black and white as it seems. Do you want to know why? Jurassic Park has some horrendous sequels. I think Jurassic Park 2 is a snoozer, and that's directed by Spielberg. His heart wasn't in that one. I'm sorry. What else? The third movie is fine. It's overhated. Jurassic World, it's okay. The next 2 Jurassic World movies, borderline abominations. Dominion is the worst movie in that franchise. The first movie's an all-timer, though. And so that's what holds all the weight with that franchise. I go side by side. Let's look at Ghostbusters. 2016, stinker. Afterlife, really like that movie. Afterlife is better than any of the Jurassic sequels. Jurassic Park is better than any of the Ghostbusters movies. Ghostbusters 1, I don't love as much as others. I think I think I got to watch Jurassic burn Ghostbusters. I just have to see the first Jurassic Park over any of the Ghostbusters movies. That's my logic. That's my answer. Meters reviews. Shout out Ben. Everyone go sub. Ben's that guy. Props to you for getting through the Alien franchise. No easy task coming from someone that's done it. Looking forward to seeing Romulus tomorrow. Hope I like as much as you did. Yeah, so it's funny you mentioned that because every time I would log the Alien franchise, you can see on Letterboxd what your friends have watched, and I would see your reviews and I would click them. And I saw you crap on the Alien vs. Predator movies just like I did, and I was like, yeah, I don't know anyone who likes the movies. All my friends have rated those movies on Letterboxd have rated those movies so awfully because they're so bad. So I will say this about the Alien franchise. I did not dread watching it, actually. And in many cases, I thought the worst of those films were still enjoyable. Now, I rate them as I think they are, right? I think a lot of those, I think I have Alien 3 and Resurrection at like a 1.5 out of 5, which is a 3 out of 10, which is a 30% out of 100, which is a bad movie. But like, I'd watch those over some other stinkers because of, for whatever reason, I do the same thing with Saw. It's weird. Like there's certain franchises where there's movies that suck, but they're like something about them captivates me. And I think Alien is that for me. Because then you get into Prometheus and Covenant, and those are some thinkers, not going to lie. Movies that I would love to revisit down the line. And so interested by those. But then you go, the first two movies are freaking awesome. I think Alien is a 5 out of 5. And then you got Aliens, which is pretty much a 5 out of 5. I don't know. I got to watch it probably 1 or 2 more times before I'm comfortable jumping it up to that. Again, sorry about that siren. Ambulance over the hill or something. But yeah, there it is. Or fire truck. Oh, let's see if they pass. Hold on. We'll wait. That's what teachers do. They go, I'll wait. And then everyone just gets quiet. There we go. It heard me. Yeah, so Aliens bangers. Prometheus Covenant on the brink of solid. Romulus, good. Good, not great. Romulus did some things in the third act that I did. I'm trying to think. Romulus did some things in the third act that I just have a review on it. I can't say anything. Movie hasn't. I can't spoil it. Romulus did some things I disagreed with. That's all I can say. But that's not enough. Like what they do in the last part of that movie is not enough to taint my overall experience with Romulus. That would be unfair, and that would just be stupid. I went off on the podcast about this today, where people today will take 10 minutes of a movie or one shot of a movie and tank their overall thoughts on the movie because of it. Like, oh, this one shot in Deadpool and Wolverine looks like Wolverine's an NPC. This movie's trash. And it's like, why are you putting so much weight on that one little thing? I thought Romulus was thrilling. It was a thrilling watch, and I just disagree with some decisions they made. But that doesn't make it a bad movie because I don't like some things in the movie. I'm overall positive on it. It's 4 out of 5 for me. Okay. My favorite character in Stranger Things is going to be Hopper and Steve, and they're right there. They're right there with each other. Top 3 Cobra Kai characters, give me Johnny Lawrence. Give me Miguel Diaz. Give me Sam LaRusso. I'm comfortable saying Sam right now. All right, let's see. Well, you're reacting to the Saturday night trailer from Ava. Okay, I already saw it, so I can't do a reaction anymore. But really great trailer. To me, it might be one of my favorite trailers of the year. I saw it in theaters again before Deadpool. I was like, this is going to be my kind of movie, and I hope it is. That's the kind of movie that sneaks up on you. You know, coming in, I knew that movie was happening, right? I didn't know it was going to come out so quick. Those are the kinds of movies that aren't going to be on my most anticipated list, but they're the movies they're going to make a fighting effort to be in my top 5, top 10 of the year. Saturday night, that's on my radar right now. It seems like everything I love about a movie, and it's got, I hate to, you know what? I'll compare it to Blackberry. The vibes I got from the trailer, very Blackberry, very Social Network, very Moneyball, where it's like this tight script and I just people talking in rooms, but if it's so well executed with the dialogue, I'm in. And the cast is stacked. Not you got Dylan O'Brien, Philip Seymour Hoffman's son. You've got J.K. Simmons, Willem Dafoe. There's many others in there as well. I can't think of. Finn Wolfhard, Nicholas Braun. Lots of stars in that film. Saturday night, October 11th, I want to say it comes out. Definitely skyrocketed in anticipation for me. I've loved that trailer. One of my favorite trailers of the year. All right. Keeping on with the chat here, we'll do a little speed round after I take a sip of water. And Super Chat's the way to go to guarantee I get to your question, comment, concern. And how many likes does the stream at? I know I owe you guys a watch of let's see, of Megamind. Are we almost in? No, we're pretty far away from reaching if we get 200 likes on the air, I will do the Lego Batman movie as well. I don't know if we can do that one though. All right. My nose is itching. Sorry. We've been going for 50 minutes. We're having a good time. Jason Cruz, legend. How you doing, bro? Do you think D23 and 25 will be as good as it was this year? Probably not. Also, I swear they only do D23 every other year, I figured out. Like every other year with a big Disney Entertainment showcase. So we might have to wait until 2026. In that case, we'll probably get some stuff for the Avengers. So yeah, I think that'll be awesome. Would you play with the idea of a new Alien v Predator? I would, and I don't know where it was. I think it was on my review or my out-of-theater reaction. Someone had an incredible idea. They said, let's get a new AVP movie co-directed by Fede Alvarez and Dan Trachtenberg. Dan Trachtenberg did Prey. I was like, yes. And I'm about to watch the Predator series. I've only seen the first Predator, but the next movie franchise I watch is going to be Predator. And so I'm going to rewatch Predator and watch all the other movies. And then I've seen AVP. Like I know enough about Predator to not be lost with that. But like I need to see Predator 2, Predators, The Predator, and Prey. Someone begged me to, if you were the person who begged me to watch Prey and commented on like every day, please out yourself. I forgot who it was, but someone was like devoted. They like DM'd me every day on Instagram. They were like, watch Prey, watch Prey, watch Prey. Day 50 of asking you to watch Prey. So that's going to happen eventually. But yes, I would, the idea I just said that it's not my original idea. I got it from someone else. That would be sick. I would be game for that. I don't watch any anime. I've never dabbled. People have pitched anime to me. I've just never committed. The Escape Pod dudes, Andrew and Alex, when I was in MegaCon, they were talking up, and we were in line for Hagrid's at Universal. My friend from high school was talking about anime, and then someone else mentioned they had started an anime show. So people have pitched it to me. It's just about committing. Calling back to a point I made earlier, I have commitment issues with shows. Ryan says Florida will beat Georgia in the national championship on CFB 25. You could be right because that's a video game and that would never happen in real life. Not only would the two teams never meet, but Florida might not beat Georgia again as long as Kirby Smart's the head coach. Sorry, the truth hurts, my friend. All right. How is Alien Romulus? I have a full review out now, but yep, there you go. 8 out of 10 for me. I'm a fan of the movie. I'm actually going to try and see it again. I just don't love certain decisions it makes at the end, but the thrills, it's a win for the franchise. Okay. I think they are, though. I think they are. The Marvel Cinematic Universe is they kind of did, in my opinion. They kind of did waste Oscar Isaac, guys, which sucks. Got a super chat from Tiago. Again, thank you so much. Hey, Chris, who's your favorite sentient vehicle from a movie or TV show? I don't want to sound stupid here, but I got to look that up real quick. I'm so sorry. Are you speaking, like, does that mean that, like, a vehicle? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, a car that can talk. I wanted to make sure I answered that correctly. Sentient vehicles, and you said, I'm going to literally Google this. Sentient vehicles in media. We got to get a list. I mean, thinking of those off the top of your head is a tough question, a tough ask. Okay, Lightning McQueen is one of the big ones that came up. That's not my pick. I would, oh God, the Transformers. I just did that for you guys. One second. Let me look this up real quick on my phone. Okay, so I literally have a Google tab open. There's a top 10 from Watch Mojo. No, not that one. No. You know what? Let's see. Screw it. I'll say Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. I don't know. That's a really difficult question. It's one outside of the box and everyone asks. Talking car in a movie or show or like a plane. You know, Lightning McQueen's a basic answer. Sentient vehicles. I have to look. I gotta find a better one. This one, okay, this is the top article that showed up. Shoot, there's a lot here. Let's see. Film. You got Herbie Fully Loaded. You've got Tomater, technically. You know, I'll just say, I don't know. In my world, the DeLorean talks, and that's my answer. I'm going to make the DeLorean speak. There you go. That was a tough one. Was Stranger Things hacked? Patricia asks. There was a rumor that Stranger Things had its footage of the first 3 episodes leaked at one point in time. That was later disproved, but Netflix did have some of their projects leak because of a hacker. So there's some truth to that, unfortunately. But it didn't fully leak, thank God for that. Let's see. Which of the 4 Hollywood Chris actors are you? Am I? I don't know if I can answer that question, honestly. Yeah, I don't know if I could answer that. I don't. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't know. I'd feel weird saying one for me. Jim and Pam, great pick. Man, I should have went with that one. Really good pick for a sitcom couple that stays together after the show ends. Hey, Chris, what's your favorite and least favorite episode of each season of Stranger Things, or just favorite moment of each season in general? My least favorite episode of season 2 is The Lost Sister. My least favorite episode of season 4 is probably maybe Ep 3. I think Ep 3 is called. It's got superhero in the title. Stranger Things 4-3. It's called. I looked up ST43 and I don't know what the hell just came up on my browser. Stranger Things season 4, Ep 3. Is it called The Monster and the Superhero? It is. I was correct about it. Okay, right when I hit Ep 3, I like that. There it is. That might be my least favorite of that season. No shade at that, but that one I feel like is maybe I don't know. I could be forgetting, but season 1, there's an episode somewhere in there. I mean, look, the worst episode of Stranger Things is The Lost Sister. My favorite moment of each season, my favorite moment of season 4 is probably when the Running Up That Hill remix plays and we see Hopper fighting the Demogorgon. That it's burned into my brain forever for the better. So yeah, those are some of my answers for that one. It's hard to think of. I mean, season 3's got so many great moments. It's tough. That's tough. But I appreciate the question. AJ with the super chat. Should MJ be in Spider-Man 4 or Gwen Stacy? I would say I would love if they took a break from having Zendaya as MJ in there, but that's not going to happen. In real life, Tom and Zendaya are dating, so they would love to work together. Zendaya is a huge box office draw, and they're not going to abandon that romance they've set up. It's going to be this, tragic at the end of No Way Home. They're going to make it, against all odds, Peter falls in love or has MJ fall in love with him again. So I think that she's going to return. So it's probably going to be MJ. But I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to having Gwen in the MCU. I wouldn't be opposed to them having, I think I'm good with MJ if I had to pick right now, just because I think that'd probably be best. DC Vlogs 2094 with the super chat. Thank you so much. Train over the hill if you hear any squeaking in the background. Hey, Chris, I watched Raiders of the Lost Ark for the first time today. It was great. Indy is a great character. You experienced cinema. I hope that it was everything you wanted and then some. I love that movie. I've seen it countless times. And yeah, Indiana Jones is my favorite movie character, period. If adventure has a name, it must be Indiana Jones. That's just like the definitive American adventure film. It doesn't get better than that. If you want an adventurous movie, that is the perfect one to go to. I never get sick of it. Infinitely rewatchable, quotable. It's a masterpiece. There we go. I was like, should I say it? I was gonna say it's a masterwork. It's a masterpiece. I'm gonna say it. It's a masterpiece. I don't use that word often, but it is. It is, and it stood the test of time as truly one of the great classic films ever made. Glad you experienced that, and I hope you watch the rest of them if you haven't seen them. I assume you haven't because you said you watched Raiders for the first time. I would assume you hadn't seen the others, so I hope that you see the others. It's well worth it. Holy crap. I love how in the chat everyone just spammed Rachel. I'm so far behind. Holy crap. I got to do a little speed run, my friends. Let's do a speed round. Let's do that, actually. Again, I won't be able to get to all these. My apologies, but Super Chat's the way to go to guarantee that I can get right to your question, comment, or concern. Anything goes a very long way. And let's do a speed round. Training 5 death predictions. I'm going to stick it with my guns. 11's going to die. That could change. But I think 11's probably going to die. Did I like the end of Cobra Kai Season 6, Part 1? Yeah. Excuse me. It's a cliffhanger kind of leading up to... it's a bit of a cliffhanger, but I'm ready for part 2. That's coming up quick now, honestly. Oh man, let's see. I'm in the point in the chat right now where everyone was like, Rachel. Let's see. Where are we at? Somewhere. I'm scrolling because a lot of the discussion was about the whole stupid thing when I couldn't think of the name of Jennifer Aniston's character in Friends. What did D23 announcement surprise you the most? I would say I was most pleased with The Incredibles 3 being announced because I didn't think they were going to do that, and they kind of just came out and said, screw it, let's do this thing. Yeah, so I'd say Toy Story 5 should not be happening. I agree. It's real bizarre to me that they're actually going through with that movie. Toy Story 3 was the perfect ending. 4 was like not a great movie, but it had an ending that could have been satisfying. And now it's like, how many times are they going to do and go back and redo a Toy Story movie when they had an ending that would have been fitting? Let's see. Excited for Fantastic Four and Avengers Doomsday? Yeah, excited for all those movies. I would say I'm the most excited for the Fantastic Four because there's a clear, clear vision for the movie. We know what we're probably going to get. We've seen little teases of some leaked footage, and so I would say that movie for sure. My gripe with the Avengers films is we don't really know who the squad is. We don't know who the squad is, so why should we care? They're just using the Avengers title to get butts and seats. We don't have a team of Avengers right now. Fantastic Four, they could do anything with that movie, and I love the cast. I love the look of the film from what we've seen. Giacchino is composing. I'm all in on that movie right now. Jake the Snake with a super chat. Thank you so much. Did you see the Stranger Things season 5 leaks? There's a lot that does add up to them being true. I have not seen any leaks. I've seen a lot of discussion about said leaks. No, I probably will try and avoid those. I won't. If there's actual leaks, I won't post them. Yeah. So I haven't seen any leaks. If there's something that popped up on Twitter while I've been live, I haven't seen it. I've seen, all the paparazzi photos for the most part, but regarding actual leaks, no, I have not seen them, and I would not want them posted on my stream or in any video for that matter. I don't understand wanting to know what's going to happen. I understand theorizing, and I love seeing the behind the scenes pictures. That's different. A paparazzi photo of Jamie Kimmel Bauer on set is different than someone releasing a document saying, here's everything that's going to happen from the streaming scripts. That's a problem. So yeah, I'm avoiding that if that's true. And if something does leak, I'll put out a video as a public service announcement to stay safe, to avoid them, because I wouldn't want to spread those like wildfire. Claiming to have sources. Interesting. That's frustrating. That's frustrating for sure. Frustrating stuff. I've seen some comments about Deadpool and Wolverine cameos. I won't talk about it just in case you guys haven't seen, but I loved a certain someone with an accent in the film. That was my favorite. You guys have asked. I hope we get to see more of that character, but I doubt we will. Let's see. Theories for the Batman Part 2. I think Hush could definitely be the villain. I wouldn't mind if they did something like the Mad Hatter. I think there's a lot of fun. I remember the Clayface report at one point. I think Clayface is not happening, but Hush would be really great, I think, as the villain. I remember Hush being absolutely terrifying in the Arkham series. So Hush would be, I'm down for Hush as the villain of that film. Estimated release date for me is going to be in the late summer of 2025. I stand by it. I think they could get it out in July. Might be a quick turnaround, but I think July to November is prime real estate for Stranger Things Season 5. Peaky Blinders is one of those shows that's on that list, and Dexter as well, I know I mentioned, but a lot of these shows are on that list. Do I think we're going to get a Hulk movie? Probably never. I think Hulk might pretty much be done except for Avengers films. Least favorite Stranger Things Season 2, but it's still a good season of TV in my opinion. Max, what's good? How you doing? I answered this earlier, but it's going to be Gladiator 2. It's going to be Gladiator 2. Let's see. Am I excited for Jurassic World 4? Honestly, not terribly. I like Jonathan Bailey and ScarJo, but for me, it's just, the last two were so bad that I'm kind of done with Jurassic right now. I'll see it, and I'll try and go in open-minded, but Jurassic has disappointed quite a bit lately. They kind of lost the plot along the way. And so it's hard for me to generate any excitement for this movie, though I will admit the cast is good. I think Mahershala Ali is in that movie as well. So they got a good cast going. Let's see if they can deliver a good story. I have not seen Naked Gun, but I'm aware of what it is. What's my favorite episode of all time, just in general of TV? I don't know if I have a favorite TV episode of all time. I'd really have to think on that. I don't know. I really don't. Up is a great dog movie. Damn right it is. That's my answer. I'm sticking to it. To the previous question that was like, what is your favorite dog movie? I stand by Up. I stand by Up. By the way, it's been an hour and 5 minutes, and this thing's flying by. These streams, I have so much fun on these things. For those asking about the like count, we are currently at. If this would load, I would let you know. We're currently at 125 likes. So if we get 75 more likes, I get to watch the Lego Batman 2. Or the Lego Batman movie, sorry. Okay, and again, Super Chat's the way to go. Hit the like button. If you Super Chat your question, it's a great way for me to immediately see it, and then I can answer it right away because I won't get to all these questions in the chat. What I like about Alien franchise is through the good and the bad, they're mostly all different. The only one I was kind of bored with Alien 3, fair. Yeah, that's fair. They don't feel too repetitive, but certain ideas, specifically like the human antagonist of some of these movies, like a lot of their reasoning just gets a bit repetitive and it's kind of generic. But the first two movies are true, like they're so different from each other. That's such a great double feature. I finally got up to date with Cobra Kai. Well, hell yeah, Cobra Kai never dies, baby. Cobra Kai never dies. Pumped for part 2. Yes, hit that like button, guys. Do it. Yeah, so this is early. We got 100 likes. I'll be watching Megamind. Thoughts on the new Moana trailer? I liked it. I do fear the movie will just be a rehash of the first, but I think it's going to be an enjoyable Disney flick and one of their best in a minute. Hopefully Bros doesn't have a quarter-life crisis. Valid. I hope that doesn't happen. Top 25 all-time movies. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to making that video. I just got to rewatch some of my faves to prep for it and like try and nail down what is my favorite movie of all time. I struggle with it, but I think I might know what it is. Mohammed's in the house. What's good? How you doing? Would I update my all-time TV shows? Yeah, I feel like I got to do this after 2025, though, because so much is coming out next year. So many follow-up seasons next year between The Last of Us, Andor, Stranger Things, Cobra Kai's ending. I mean, so many things are coming out next year. Probably a new season of The Bear, Gen V season 2. You know, I gotta wait it out. But I'll do that video when I have an ample amount more to add to it. Okay. I have not seen Longlegs, but I've seen one scene of Nick Cage out of context that made me bust out laughing. And because of that, I'm like, I don't think I ever want to watch this. It just looks like a goofy movie. I remember the claims that it was like a horrifying watch. I laughed my ass off watching a scene of him singing. I know the movie's supposed to be scary. It was out of context, but I was like, this is just, this is actually comedy gold. I was getting a real kick out of it. So yeah. Green Goblin or Joker? Probably got to go Joker, but Green Goblin's great. Joker's just he's so iconic and a bit more terrifying, honestly. Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter? What am I going to watch today? Probably the Harry Potter movies, but I think Lord of the Rings trilogy is better. probably. There you go. Best mod in the game for a reason. Super Chat says, what are your thoughts on The Boys Season 4? So I liked the season more than most people. A lot of people just said this was garbage. I thought it was probably the weakest season, but I still admire the season's highs. Episode 4 in particular, you've also got the finale where things really started to heat up, but it did feel like it was a little too late. And in retrospect, a bunch of the season was just, hey, let's slowly set up this final season. It was like we were trudging along just to get to the final season where stuff could actually go down. And now that we've reached that point, it's like, damn, I wish we could watch the rest of the show now, and we got to wait. And it's kind of a bummer, but I think it'll be worth it. I think season 5 is going to be the best season. I don't know if that's a hot take or not, but I think season 5 is going to be the best because I think no one's safe now. You've reached the final season. They can go all out. They can kill anybody. No one's safe. Yeah. It's finally like we're at like pretty much all out war. And so I like season 4 though. I would say certain characters were kind of like, what's their purpose here? And certain subplots were a little strange, but through and through, I enjoyed The Boys Season 4. I looked forward to watching it every week. It did get a little too gross at times though, right? A little too gross. Yeah, I do need to watch this. I definitely need to watch this. Hi from Sweden. Hello there. Do I like Donnie Darko? Honestly, yeah, I do. I've seen it twice. The first time I watched it, I was like, holy crap, that just kind of blew my mind. And then the next day I watched it again, the director's cut, and I was like, oh, I see. I get it maybe. I haven't watched it since then. That was in 2019, I think. And so it's been a while, but I really admire Donnie Darko. Do I watch sports? I watch college football. Diehard Georgia fan, my buddy, he knows he's just lying to himself. I know this is an absurd take because he's just messing with me, but Georgia, my favorite team, happens to be the number 1 team in the country coming into the season. Let's see. Spider-Man should be on the roster of Avengers. I agree. Damn near like a leader. So I saw that Outer Banks is supposedly coming out in October, but I was like, I just don't believe it until I fully see it. And I hear it from Netflix. I won't believe it. My nose is real itchy for some weird reason right now. Been an hour 12, still having fun though. Keep the questions coming. Fire off the super chats to guarantee I get your question, comment, concern. And we'll keep on rolling on with this bad boy. Having a fun time so far. Thoughts on the Pirates franchise getting rebooted? I don't know. I think there's so much to do in the Pirates world. Like, it doesn't have to just be revolving around Jack Sparrow. I would be okay with them doing a Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy, its own contained story elsewhere, disconnected from everything. And I think a lot of Disney franchises need to just do that. They need to do that with Star Wars, with Pirates, with a few others. Like, just make a movie, a new story in the Pirates world. Pirates will get butts and seats. Just make a good Pirates movie now. Least favorite Cobra Kai character? I'm probably going to have to say Waterbreak. I don't know. I historically have had beef with Kyler and with Anthony LaRusso. So, like, maybe one of them. Brooks, I was not a fan of ever really either. I'm sorry. I meant to say, if I said Jurassic World 3 is overhated, I meant to say Jurassic Park 3. I definitely could have misspoke. Jurassic World 3, Jurassic World Dominion, stinks. Lost World, not the worst. I didn't say it was the worst. I said Lost World's a snoozer. The worst one in the entire franchise is Dominion. Let's see. Am I going to rewatch Avatar: The Last Airbender? Maybe one day. I don't know. I don't have a desire to. Same thing. I've already experienced it when I was a lot younger. And so, like, I don't really want to go back to it because there's so many other things I could experience for the first time. How many autographs do I have? A lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 over there. I got 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. A lot. If you count the sports ones, I don't even know. A good chunk. Okay. I don't know if I'll ever make an M. Night Shyamalan ranking, honestly. I'd have to watch a good chunk of his movies still. So I'd have a lot to do. Let's see. Looking through the chat here. Yeah, the water scene in Resurrection is really neat. That was one of the standout sequences in the entire movie, I would say. For sure. Looking through the chat here for some questions. I think John Wick 4 should win Best Picture? Probably not. But it was awesome. I loved the movie. It's just not really like a Best Picture kind of movie. Oppenheimer should have won over anything that came out last year, in my opinion. Can I do a whole room tour? I'll consider that. I did part of one, but I would definitely consider doing a room tour after the Stranger Things Con when I have the new stuff. I have not seen Fellow Travelers. I haven't even heard of that, honestly. Do I intend to watch The Crow? No. I think it looks terrible, and I don't really want to watch the original beforehand. So, yeah. What is the final shot of Stranger Things 5 going to be? I really would have to think on this. Shoot. It'll probably be... It would definitely have to involve the main kids in 11 together, I think. Doing something, you know? I don't know, though. Whatever they cook up, my God, I think it's going to be great. How cool would it be if it was like them and it, like, the camera started to go upside down, but it just went to darkness because the upside down is defeated. Something like that. It's kind of predictable, but that would still be really cool if done right. And the Duffers are going to cook whatever they do. Why isn't my MCU ranking on Letterboxd? I need to make it public. I have it privated right now, but I could public it right now, make it public, and everyone would see it. And there you go. Yeah, you can join the channel member right now. Go do it. Check it out. Ooh, I like this question. Are you going to see Nosferatu when it comes out in December? It's my personal most anticipated for the rest of the year. So I've seen the trailer for this in multiple theaters now before movies, and I love the way Defoe delivers the line. I think he's like, Nosferatu. I can't do a Defoe, but his voice is one of the best voices in movies, I'd say. I may see it. I'm not crazy about Robert Eggers' work. I've only seen The Lighthouse. It wasn't really my jam, and so I fear that it might be like The Lighthouse, but I know that's a lot of people's, thing. Let's see. So I see a lot of the posts on Twitter about like, oh, they're filming at the church, or oh, they're doing this, but I don't make videos about every single thing. I see a lot of the discourse about the show, about Stranger Things. It's all over my Twitter feed. I just don't always talk about everything they do. Sometimes I'll be like, I don't want to bring light to that, or I don't want to talk about that, but I pick and choose when it comes to that, for sure. Have I seen Arrested Development? I've seen episodes here and there, but I've never watched it. I've seen like a highlight reel on TikTok. There's some really funny moments for sure. Hello. But I've never fully watched it. I do plan to watch X-Men 97 relatively soon and probably do a reaction series on my Patreon. So stay tuned for that. I don't know when that's going to be fired up, but I would love to get that done hopefully soon. But I definitely plan to watch X-Men 97. By the way, it's been an hour 17, probably go for a little longer. So hit the like button if you guys are in here, or if you're on the replay. Thank you. It's been a very fun stream so far. We're going to keep it going a bit longer. And if you have a question you've been dying to ask, I haven't got to it, super chat it in. It's the way to go. It's a huge way to help support the channel. Best Star Wars movie versus best MCU movies. So I'm going to interpret this question as though I'm taking the best of Star Wars versus the best of the MCU. What am I saving? You've got the original trilogy of Star Wars movies versus Infinity War, Endgame, and Iron Man. So, I mean, you could insert, a few. I would say I would take the original trilogy over the top 3 MCU movies for me, just because of impact, my enjoyment, my rewatchability. I would take the original trilogy of Star Wars over the top 3 MCU movies, which might surprise some of you, but probably doesn't surprise a lot of you because I've made it known my love for that trilogy forever. So I would take that over the top 3 MCU movies. What do you think about the new Transformers 1 movie? I'm doing well, to answer the back part of this question. Regarding Transformers 1, I don't really care. I may see it, though. I know you guys love to hear my thoughts on Transformers, so I may go see the movie. But I've heard really good things. They're screening it like a month early. They're screening it next week, I want to say, in Atlanta. And so, that could be that, hey, they got a lot of positivity and they feel good about this movie being a winner, right? But I just thought the trailers were pretty god-awful. And so I feel like the movie's going to underperform in theaters. But could still be a good movie. Favorite MCU project since Endgame? No Way Home. Spider-Man No Way Home for me. Let's see. Most disappointing movie of 2024. Disappointing movie. I'm going to go to what my letterbox. I have one in mind. I was actually thinking about this earlier today, surprisingly. There's one movie that I have in mind that really stands out as a disappointment this year, which, it's a movie that I had to be really excited for that just let me down. And let me make sure I have this right real quick. A movie that I was excited for that really disappointed me. And I got to be honest, it was Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. That movie really disappointed me. It's so far below the quality of the trilogy, and I really was looking forward to it, and it just disappointed me. So, in terms of genuinely being excited and walking out disappointed, probably Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. But I know a lot of people really like that one still, which is awesome. Let's see. Do you watch any other YouTube review? Excuse me. Do you watch other YouTubers review movies at all? Occasionally I will, yeah. Occasionally I'll check out a friend's review that I've collaborated with, or, a legend such as a Jeremy Johns or Chris Stuckman. But usually I try to watch 0 reviews before I review a movie. That way I don't have any, if someone else says something, I don't subconsciously put it in my brain and spit it back out. I have my own original thoughts on a movie. Just the other day, I watched some Chris Stuckman reviews of the Alien movies, actually. I went back and watched them because I wanted to, I was like, I got to see what people think of this after I watch it, after I type my letterbox review. And I go, and it's always nice to see, okay, yeah, Chris Stuckman also shits on Aliens vs. Predator Requiem. It's who doesn't? So, I do watch some. I really don't. I used to, before I had a YouTube channel, I watched tons of movie reviews. I used to look forward to movie reviews dropping, but I don't. Yeah, I used to watch Stuckman, the Schmoes, and Jeremy Johns were the big 3 for me. And funnily enough, Sean Chandler. I watched Sean Chandler a lot in 2018 specifically. 2017, 2018, I watched a lot of Sean Chandler videos. I told a story. I was driving to Disney the early part of 2019, and I was watching a spoiler review of Captain Marvel with it was Sean Chandler and Zach Pope, and now I've met both of them, and I've had them on my channel, and I've been on their channels, and did a panel with Sean at MegaCon, multiple panels, and so it's just crazy that I think back on that sometimes, and it's that was 5 years, a little over 5 years ago, is that right? Yeah. And I didn't even have a channel, and now I'm sitting here with a channel, and I'm I know all these people, and so it's just weird. It's crazy. It's crazy. Kind of going back to a question earlier. Sometimes you just got to start because you never know what's going to happen. But yeah, that was a fun little story time. I hope you enjoy Alien Romulus. I definitely think it's worth watching. You go in an IMAX or not? Am I going to see Speak No Evil? I'm not. I've seen this trailer way too many times now. Hope you have a good night. Thanks for hanging out and stopping in. Let's see. No shot, in my opinion. And everyone's allowed to have their own opinion, obviously. But to me, no shot. No, not even close in quality to me. There's no character in the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes movie that remotely compares to Caesar. And the movie is way too long for its own good, in my opinion. But again, I know a lot of people like that movie. Objectively, what are the 3 best MCU movies? It could be critically best, maybe having the most cohesive story. Objectively, I've never thought about that before. But I think if we want to go that route, you'd probably have to throw Guardians of the Galaxy 1 in there. Probably have to put, I'd say to me, the first Iron Man in there, and then you could definitely argue Winter Soldier, probably. If that's objective consensus, those are probably 3 of the best MCU movies. But to each their own. Again, if you hear the train over the hill, apologies. Predictions for RJ and Doomsday? I have none. I don't know. I really don't have any. I just don't know. It's so far away. I feel like the movie's never even going to happen, honestly. Let's see. We'll take a few more questions and then wrap this up, but it's been a fun stream for sure. Let's see. Let's take a few more. What was the best and worst Netflix Marvel show? The best to me, I think the best is probably Daredevil. I prefer the Punisher, but I think Daredevil's probably better. The worst I heard was Iron Fist, but I never watched it, so I can't speak to that with my opinion. I can just repeat what I've heard online already. What have you been up to in your free time this summer? Playing a lot of EA College Football 25. Love that game. I have a dynasty, and so I love to do that. Or just watching movies, honestly, hanging out with friends. That's kind of what I've been doing. So I plan to see the Bob Dylan movie. Yes, the trailer really won me over, and I'm here for that. So yeah, I would say shoot. Yeah, that's yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. I think that's going to get some Oscar buzz for sure. For sure. Keep Watch Burn. Upcoming comic book projects. Yeah, Fantastic Four, Superman, and Daredevil Born Again. You guys aren't going to like my answer if you're DC fans, but I'm going to burn Superman. I'm going to watch Born Again, and I'm going to keep the Fantastic Four sight unseen. Sight unseen. Is there something wrong with the quality of my stream right now, by the way? Someone let me know. Just let me know. Thought I saw something in the chat saying there was. Do I listen to rock music? I do. I quite like rock music from the 70s, some from the 60s, the 80s, the 90s, all sorts of rock and roll, and then alternative rock. I really do. I like rock. It's probably my favorite music genre, but it's hard to pinpoint me down to just one or tie me down to just one because I listen to things all over the place. Do I think Saturday Night will get nominated for awards? I think it'll get nominated for original screenplay. I don't know. It might be adapted. I don't know. But it's going to get nominated for screenplay if I had to guess. And that's probably what it has the best shot at getting nominated for. I did not see Despicable Me 4. And I'll probably go for like 4 more minutes. So fire off your last minute questions right now. I'll answer a few more. Super chat them in if you're dying for me to answer them. But I did not see Despicable Me 4, so I have no thoughts on Despicable Me 4. Keep Watch Burn sci-fi movies. You got Infinity War, Harry Potter, Into the Hills Part 2, War for the Planet of the Apes. Okay, I'm going to keep Infinity War. I have to. It's my favorite MCU movie. I'm going to watch Hollows Part 2 because I have to see how that franchise ends, and then I'll burn War. But War is still so good. So good. Where are we at? Let's see. That's fair, honestly. That's fair. I didn't see this movie. I honestly don't want to see it. I'm kind of good. What are your favorite movies of the decade? I'd say Oppenheimer, Top Gun Maverick, The Batman, No Way Home. Those are a few just to rattle off real quick. But yeah, I'll probably take 2 more questions. 2 more questions. And then I'll wrap this stream up. Is Whiplash the best movie of all time? This doesn't count as a question. No, but it's a great movie. And guess what? It's getting re-released in theaters, apparently. So I will probably try and go see that in the fall in theaters. I believe it's getting re-released. But yes, I'm very excited to see that in theaters. Hopefully. Let's see. All right. I see a few more coming in here. I'm going to try and get 2 more in. Make them good ones. I'll let them pile in real quick, and then we'll wrap the stream. It was a fun one, though. A real fun one. If you guys joined on the replay, I appreciate you. Comment down below if you caught this on the replay. And, of course, hit that like button. I see we've got a good amount coming in, so I'll take 2. Here's one of them. Do you think DC is slowly getting better than Marvel? No, not yet. I think Marvel is still they're trending up right now, in my opinion. Deadpool and Wolverine was a winner. You got a nice slate of movies coming out next year. Daredevil Born Again is going to completely get everyone on board with the TV shows that they're capable of making great TV. So I think they're trending up. I think DC, they got Superman next year. That's it, right? I mean, we gotta see. We gotta see. It's too early to say. I think DC is very much headed in the right direction, but to pass Marvel, I don't know about that. Dylan says, what dynamic are you most excited to see in the upcoming Fantastic Four film? Mine is Ben and Johnny. Funny you mention that because Evan Moss Backrack and Joseph Quinn were together just hanging out the other day. We saw paparazzi photos. I would say it's hard. Yeah, I'd probably say this one. I loved them and their dynamic in the original Fantastic Four films. I'd probably have to say this as well. That's got to be my pick. What are your thoughts on Marvel making Deadpool and Wolverine rated R? Yeah, it definitely, a lot of people probably weren't able to see this movie, but I do think if they made it PG-13, it would be abandoning what the character of Deadpool is all about, and so they kind of have to do it that way. And, it's a bummer for people who are like 14, 15, that the parents won't let them see it, but you gotta stay true to who the character is at the end of the day, I feel. One Tree Hill's a really good show. I concur. And you know what? I'm going to go watch some of it right now. In fact, that's going to be the final thing I take because I'm going to watch some One Tree Hill and eat dinner. But that was a very fun stream. Thank you guys, as always, for joining. Had a blast at an hour and a half on the dot right now. If you sent a super chat, thank you. If you became a member, thank you so much. And, if you were just in here watching, if you commented, if you sent a question, if you just watched silently the whole time, thank you for your support. It means more than you will ever know. But got lots of content planned, including an Alien ranking this week. Stay tuned for that. And follow me on Letterboxd if you want my reviews of all the movies I watch. Lots of fun over on Letterboxd. It's a great little app. But thank you guys for joining. Had a great time. Hope you have a great rest of your week. Stay tuned for lots of content coming soon. And until next time, we'll see you guys later.